doing early morning, draw rein, same rider, doing all that?
Yeah,
stuff,
right
it's
now,
all
I mean, I
working
wouldn't
well for
change anything that we saw this morning.
Are you going out early to have it be as quiet as possible? Is that the thinking with that?
It's part of it, and I don't have much else to do. Can't sleep in, so we got to get going.
Type 4 for 4, and off a Derby win. Is this the most confident you felt coming into this race?
Well, you know, I mean, I think like everyone coming back from the Derby, your biggest concern is trying to repeat a top performance in 14 days. But you know, I think based off the strength of his race and the way he seems to have come out of it so far, we're really happy.
This horse came from another trainer. He's undefeated since being in your barn. Anything you learned about him early on to change his feed, fix his teeth, anything you did to get him on the right track?
No, we had him for a short period of time at Saratoga after he ran, and we galloped him a couple days. He just didn't seem like he was moving quite the way we wanted to, so we sent him down to Jim Kruppe's farm in Ocala, and they gave him a little bit of time off, and pretty much since he's come back to us, I mean, he's trained fantastic, and you know, we felt like he's a horse that wanted to run long, and you know, that's what we did. Was we ran him long at Tampa first time out, and you know, Dominic Schettino had him before and did a good job with him. You know, he ran well both times he ran him. He just probably was running a little short of his ideal distance.
So the transfer took place last summer, then, after that second
Right at
race?
the beginning of September, yeah.
Todd, going through the Triple Crown, obviously you want a horse at this point that's peaking. Do you see that at all with Jimmy?
I mean, I think he's continuing to improve, actually, and you know, I thought you know, the first two races were so easy for him that don't think we really took much out of him. The Florida Derby seemed to bring him forward another notch, and you know, I think the Derby was even a stronger performance than that. So I think just by his physical makeup that he's a horse that hopefully can continue to even get better than he already is.
Yeah, I mean, you talked in Kentucky about feeling like the plan was had really come together the way you wanted it to. I mean, do you feel that as strongly with this horse as you ever have with a 3-year-old at this point?
Well, I think we felt like going into the Derby, first of all, he was potentially the first favorite that we'd ever run, and I think just our confidence level was probably the highest that it had ever been in any single horse we'd brought to it. And I know John Velasquez felt that same way. We talked about it after his breeze over the surface at Churchill, and I mean, it was a powerful breeze, indicated that he handled the surface, and so I think we both felt like it was, you know, the best chance we'd had at it together, for sure.
Sunday morning you said that it hadn't quite all settled in for you. You probably had 3 or 4 hours of sleep tops and all that. Now you're a little more separated from the actual event. How's this been for you personally?
It's been a bit of a whirlwind, yeah. I mean, a lot of phone calls, a lot of responses to text and emails and calls and interviews and that sort of thing. So I'd forgotten how much goes along with having the Derby winner, but it's good stuff, and enjoyed it, and it's yeah, I mean, it's starting to sink in a little bit. You know, it's pretty cool.
Do you find that all of your other owners are excited for you too, even though, I mean, they would probably like it to be their horse?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think so. Yeah, get a lot of those texts and a lot of those calls and emails were from owners, and yeah, I think they're pretty excited for the whole team.
What's your plan? Are you going back to New York? Will we see you tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock?
Yeah, I'm going to be here. Right now I plan to be here through the Preakness, and unless I need to make a quick run to New York.
You and Johnny V have had so much success together. You guys are good friends. Have you guys had any moments yet since you won the Derby a couple days ago, and you know, saying, hey, remember when we were starting out? Hey, remember when this was going on 10, 20 years ago? And
we haven't spent much time like reflecting on that, but yesterday we were doing some interviews for the telecast coming up, and so spent some time together yesterday morning, and yeah, it's just, you know, I think part of what made this one extra rewarding was the fact that Johnny and I won it together, and you know, that was sort of the one race that we hadn't won together, and you know, I think I was very happy for him when he was able to win on Animal Kingdom, but we kind of felt like or at least we were hoping there was one for us as a team.
And you know more than we do how tough it is to come from the Derby to the Preakness. Anything you learned doing that in the past, maybe with Super Saver or other horses you brought from the Derby to the Preakness? Anything you've learned in the past that might help you out now?
I mean, I think the one adjustment that I'm going to make is I don't plan to breeze him. I don't think there's enough to gain out of a breeze. Really, he's doing well. He's super fit. I'm not concerned about that. And then the obvious changes we shipped in early, but that was more just because I never felt like he really relaxed, you know, on the racetrack when he was at Churchill, and just from my previous experience being here at Pimlico, I know it's pretty quiet leading up to next week anyways, and so what we got out there this morning was exactly what I was hoping for. I think there was one or two other horses on the track while he was training, and I think that quiet environment's gonna allow him to fill back up a little bit this week.